Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on this Tuesday, July the 15th. We've got two topics today. Let's start first of all telling you about the 2014 Mizzou International Composers Festival. And we've got Stefan Freund with us. Welcome to Radio Friends,
Thanks for having
Stefan.
me, Paul.
You know, this is a real busy time for you, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
What is the Mizzou International Composers Festival?
This is our 5th year here in Columbia. We're sponsored by the Sinkfield Charitable Foundation. We bring 2 renowned composers from around the world to serve as a mentor for 8 resident composers. This year we had 214 applications for those 8 slots. 200 from all over the world. So we have 8 younger composers, we call them emerging composers around age 30, and then we have these 2 more seasoned.
Now you're a composer.
That's right, I'm a composer as well.
Were you ever one of the composers that chose?
I've always been directing it. So
okay.
I wear 2 hats with the festival. I'm a professor of composition at Mizzou, so I direct the festival, but I'm also the cellist of Alarmable Sound, our ensemble in residence, so I play the cello throughout the week as well.
So how do you choose from 200 plus people that apply?
Well, obviously with that many people, we've got a very talented pool, so it's relatively easy to find 8 great composers. What we're looking for is a diversity, an eclectic collection of composers that's going to make for a great program, because our final concert on Saturday the 26th, we premiere 8 works by the 8 resident composers.
And these
so
are
8
original
world premieres. 8 original world premieres.
So when people come to the Missouri Theater, these are pieces of music that no one else has heard performed in public before.
That's exactly right, yeah. And it's the Alarmable Sound, fantastic international new music ensemble that specializes in this performance of new music, and we work with those composers for about a week on their pieces, and we have a pretty polished program by the time Saturday rolls around.
Okay, so what exactly, you've got 3 nights, right?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, the 24th, 25th, 26th of July.
Do most people come to all 3 nights, or
I hope so. Like I was saying, our signature event is that Saturday night concert at 7:30 in Missouri Theater. Yeah, we have most people show up for that concert.
And how long is a performance?
An hour and a half, 2 hours. Yeah.
So if people want tickets, what do they do?
We have micf.com. You can get tickets there. Also, Mizzou New Music Summer Festival.com.
The Mizzou New...
But Google it. That's the easiest way to find anything these days, right?
The one compelling reason that people should come to this event?
It's to hear fantastic music played by wonderful musicians. And it's going to be a very unique experience for everyone. Something that's nothing like this happens in the country. It's very unique to Columbia.
Has any of this music that has been played over the past 5 years?
One of the pieces was played by the St. Louis Symphony last year.
That's what I was going to ask you.
And we had another composer, Pat Harlan, who also had a piece played by the St. Louis Symphony. So we're really starting to see. And Cabrillo, we've had a bunch of these pieces take on lives of their own. They've been arranged for different ensembles and played. Yeah, so a lot of this has really served exactly as when I founded this festival, I wanted to serve as a springboard for these emerging composers' careers, and that's exactly what it's done.
Okay, so give us the information. How do people get tickets?
So either Missouri International Composers Festival, you can Google that, or Mizzou New Music Summer Festival.
Okay, Stefan Freund, thank you so
Thanks,
much
Paul,
for coming by. Okay, we got you out here in plenty of time for your important meeting that you have to go to.
Thank you.
We won't tell you what that important meeting is, though. Thank you, Stefan. Now we turn to Robin Bowman. Welcome to Radio Friends, Robin. And you are here representing the Central Missouri Stop Human Trafficking Coalition. This is something that we have talked about from time to time on Radio Friends. But here in Central Missouri, in Columbia, we've seen information about this on the nightly news and in the paper, because we have had human trafficking in Central Missouri. And most people think, oh, this only happens in the big cities. It doesn't happen in a community like ours, but it does.
Correct. And it doesn't happen in America, but
it does.
It definitely does. We've actually had 2 minors that were actually trafficked here in Missouri not that long ago.
2 minors?
2 minors. Recently, we have had I guess the fortune in terms of our police department to work with an FBI sting, which has actually been going
that was
nationwide.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yes, and
right.
they were able to make some pickups so to speak. But it is definitely out there.
And hopefully by making these pickups, they've done it early enough in these young people's lives that they can turn their lives around and see where they took the wrong turn or detour and get back on the right path.
Well, and that's a large part of what we do, Paul, in terms of not only educating the public about human trafficking as much as we possibly can, but service to the victims. And you're right. I mean, the amount of turmoil that these girls endure is lifelong. But the services we try to provide to them through the coalition, we hope to help to shorten that road as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they definitely are traumatized.
Now, when you think of human trafficking, I think mainly of young girls. But do you ever deal with young boys who have been trafficked?
Definitely, there are young
Here
boys.
in
Not here in Missouri, but it is definitely something that coexists as well.
If people want to find out more about this, there are several ways. They can go to your website, right?
Absolutely.
And what is that website address?
The website is all one word, stophumantraffickingmo.org is our web. We also have an email address, which is stophumantraffickingmo.com.
Okay, and I wanted to mention also that you will have a booth at the Mid-MO Health Expo.
Correct.
On July the 28th.
That is
on July the 28th. That's going to be at the Parkade Plaza. And at that expo, they're doing blood tests for hepatitis C and actually total cholesterol and blood glucose screenings. But if you want to find out more
Please
about your organization,
Yes.
Stop Human Trafficking, a booth will be there. You'll have people to answer any questions that they have. And some of that information you have is pretty eye-opening, isn't it?
It truly is. Again, I think it's just sort of making people realize it does exist. And, these are real stories. We have a number of different kinds of brochures that will help people to educate themselves.
Do you feel that the fact that it's been in the news and it is in the media more and more now, that headways are being made to slow down human trafficking?
I definitely think through education, more and more people, the scope is getting wider. For example, we had a number of high school students who are highly involved with us right now.
Okay. So the more you talk about it, the better it is.
is.
Thank you very much, Robin Bowman. We appreciate you coming by. Tomorrow, the League of Women Voters and Columbia's Second Chance will be on. Our program directed by Travis McMillan, Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio is Pat Akers from KBIA. Our floor director is Lowell Thomas. And our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Thompson. We'll see you tomorrow.